For years, pilots, seamen, and explorers have steered their way around their respective environments through their navigation skills. Scuba divers can also learn to master their marine environment by applying many of these same techniques. When a scuba diver learns to navigate, a new sense of confidence and ability is achieved. Simply knowing you can find your way back to the exit point relieves stress and builds confidence. In this program, we will discuss various ways to navigate underwater, including some fun ways to increase your ability once you finish this course. The most basic method of navigation, natural navigation, is the first technique we will discuss. Most divers are probably practicing natural navigation to some extent, as it simply involves orienting yourself to your surroundings and then using them to indicate direction. Let's take a look at some of the natural underwater surroundings you can use for navigation. Underwater formations, such as crevices, can be used either as a reference point to start our dive from or as a guide to follow. Some examples of natural landmarks that can be used are a landmass or wall, a unique coral head, a distinct rock formation, an outcropping or overhang, or a kelp bed. Man-made landmarks, such as wrecks, docks, and buoys, can also be used to aid in navigation. Natural sources of light can also guide a diver underwater. For example, the position of the sun or moon can help you orient yourself. While at night, artificial light sources are used to mark the descent line, the exit point, and other divers. Nighttime can be an exceptional time to dive if you are properly trained and equipped. For more information, consult your SSI dealer about enrolling in the SSI Night and Limited Visibility Specialty course. At many dive sites, the bottom composition will change as you swim. For example, you may start with a sandy bottom and then swim over coral. This means that you need to return to sand to find your exit point. Bottom slope may indicate whether you are swimming away from shore. And because of wave action, ripples in the sandy bottom will run parallel to shore. Underwater, divers experience surge, or the back and forth movement of water caused by waves. Surge will usually run parallel to shore and become more noticeable as you get closer to land. Currents are another aid for natural navigation. By swimming into a current at the beginning of a dive, you can ride it back to where you started. You should always find out if localized currents are present, as well as their location and direction. When you plan your dive, you will need to understand what to expect from the site. If you're new to the site, talk with the dive leader or another diver familiar with the area. The underwater layout should be similar to that of the surface, so features that are visible topside can help you start the orientation process. You may want to take notes or draw a map on a slate for future reference. Remember to ask all questions up front, because it will be too late once you are underwater. Once you and your buddy are in the water, take some time to orient yourself before you start diving. Note your position and the bottom features. Add any landmarks or reference points to your map and record your beginning depth and direction. That way you will know what depth to return to in order to find your exit point. Lastly, note your starting time. A good tactic is to swim along a landmass for a set amount of time, and then turn around and swim back for the same amount of time. In this instance, you should end up close to the same place. During your dive, have fun and stay alert. Take the time to notice the subtleties around you, the ripples in the sand, the fish flowing with the surge, and the beautiful geographic formations. Through good planning and alertness, it should be simple to return to your exit point. It may be as easy as reversing your course and swimming for a certain amount of time, or you may need to return to a specific depth to find your reference point. If you realize that you are lost, stop and look around. You will probably be able to reorient yourself to your surroundings. However, if you are low on air or cannot judge your location, the best choice is to surface, and don't forget to make a safety stop at 15 feet or 4.5 meters for 3 to 5 minutes. Once you reorient yourself, you can drop back below the surface if you have plenty of air, or you can swim back on the surface. With practice and experience, you can become quite proficient at natural navigation. Remember to ask questions about the dive site and orient yourself while you are still on the surface. As you become more comfortable, you will gain a heightened awareness of your surroundings, allowing you to sharpen your natural navigation skills. The compass is a useful tool that helps the diver maintain an accurate sense of direction. Learning to properly use a compass will also add to your overall self-confidence and comfort. And the ability to navigate using a compass assists you to complete a dive without having to surface for directions. This allows you to relax, conserve energy, and extend your bottom time, which is especially important if you are deep diving or repetitive diving. As your confidence and ability grows, you can begin to explore new locations, adding adventure and increasing your diving enjoyment. Let's take the mystery out of compasses and begin by examining how they work. A compass is actually a simple device with a few moving parts. In order for a compass to work, it must have a magnetic needle that points north. It should be able to move freely, even when the compass is tilted. A quality compass will have the degree markings on a bezel that can be rotated. The bezel should also have an index mark that can be lined up with the north arrow. There should be a lubber line that is permanently attached to the face of the compass. When navigating, you always sight down the lubber line. There are various types of compasses available depending on your intended use. Generally, the more features a compass has and the more durable it is, the more it will cost. The 4 general categories of compasses are the top reading, the side reading, the digital, and the watch band. They come in a variety of styles, from a wristband to one that is built into a console, or one that is digitally integrated into a dive computer. The best type of compass is one that can be read from the top and the side. This style gives the diver the most flexibility when navigating. Your SSI dealer can help you choose a compass that fits your diving style and needs. Also, consult your SSI navigation manual for more information about the types and styles of compasses and how they work. You may have already used a compass at some point in your life, either while hiking or boating. However, even if you have no experience, using a compass is really quite simple. For our purposes, let's start with a simple reciprocal course. This is a course that goes from point A to point B and then back to point A. The first step is to select the reference point you will be diving to. It may be a favorite piece of coral or a site your boat captain recommended. Take a heading. Simply point the compass towards your reference point and wait until the north arrow has settled. Now, all you need to do is line the index mark up with the north arrow. You have now set your compass. After you are in the water, all you'll need to do is realign the north arrow with the index mark, and you will be pointed in the correct direction. If you are using a side-reading compass, the degree marks should be lined up. It is a good idea to make a written note of your compass heading so you can find your way back, even if you do accidentally lose your setting on the dive. No matter how accurate your compass is, you will not likely reach your destination if you swim with improper body position. The best way to stay in the proper position is to keep your body straight and in line with the lubber line. Your buddy can help by watching your body position. As you hold the compass, it should be on a level plane, both from front to back and side to side. Your arm position is also important. If you are using a wrist-mounted compass, you can cross one arm over the other. or you may want to take it off your wrist and hold it in your hands. For greater accuracy, lock your elbows into your sides. This will ensure that you turn your entire body to realign the compass if you get off course. When you hold the compass in your hands, it is easy to just move your arms and swim in the wrong direction. Just as you should keep the compass on an even course, so should you keep your body even. Think of the lubber line as extending straight through your body. If you are pointing one direction and kicking in another, you will not stay on course. When it is time to turn around, you will need to change your course by 180 degrees. This means you will need to either add or subtract 180 degrees from your original setting. Once you calculate the new setting, turn the bezel to that number. It should be directly opposite your original course. Next, turn your entire body so the north arrow realigns with the index mark. You can now return to your exit point right on course. As you become more comfortable with using a compass, it will be easier to maintain proper body position and get an accurate reading. Now, let's look at how to combine natural and compass navigation. By learning to combine your skills, you can increase your flexibility. Dive by your senses when you are able to, and dive by your compass when you need to. These skills will make you more capable in real diving situations. Even if you are planning on using natural navigation, you may want to take a compass heading for your destination just in case. Because you never know when beautiful clear water may turn to a limited visibility situation. If you are diving off of a beach, you may need to take a compass heading, simply so you can find your way to and from your destination. Though underwater, natural navigation will help. Another situation may be when you use your natural navigation skills while swimming along a wall, but decide to use your compass for a side trip away from the wall. By taking a compass heading, you can simply return to the same spot that you know will lead you back to your exit point. You can also use your compass for general directions. For example, you may refer to it so you know the shore is to the west, the boat is to the east, and your destination is to the north. If you need to surface for directions, you can also use the compass by taking a heading for your exit point, and then dropping below the water for the swim back. As diving conditions change, so will navigation techniques. Special situations such as limited visibility, night diving, deep diving, and currents will require you to adapt your navigation skills. Navigating in these conditions is more challenging and is a good way for advanced divers to increase their ability. Before diving in specialty situations, it's highly recommended that you enroll in other SSI specialty courses, such as night and limited visibility diving and deep diving, to help ensure your comfort and confidence in such situations. As your navigational talent grows, you may want to attempt more difficult courses. Multiple course headings increase your options for diving and challenge even advanced navigators. Your SSI instructor will teach you more challenging navigation techniques, as well as skills to use in special situations. More than any other specialty, navigation provides a wide variety of activities that divers can do in their own backyard. Local diving can be a challenging experience by creating navigation games and competitions. Your new navigation skills will open up a whole new world of pleasure above and below the surface. They will open up new dive sites and possibilities you would have never had the ability or confidence to experience before.